Alright, so what I'm going to show you today is my GoPro mount, phone mount for my motorcycles, which I just kind of switch back and forth between the two. If you're anything like me and you kind of like the whole GoPro stuff and messing around with videos, then you'll probably run into having a bunch of extra GoPro accessory mounts. So if you don't and you want to do it this way, instead of buying like a RAM mount for 60 bucks, you could just buy one of these grab bags. They're $19.99 usually at like Best Buy or whatever. And with that is more than you technically need, but what you'll get is essentially one of these mounts that you can put on your phone. But you didn't need to cut up the case and do all that kind of fun jazz, but I kind of needed to with all the kind of extra stuff I got on the case here, and it was one of those cheap, probably $12 eBay cases, so I didn't really care. But you do have to do a little bit of modifications to the mounts, because the mounts, they don't fit together. They're three-pronged, and almost everything you put into them is two-pronged, like the GoPro itself only has two prongs instead of three. So as you can see, every mount for the GoPro is going to mount into something like this that you could stick on your motorcycle or your helmet or whatever the case may be, and it kind of snaps in like so. What makes it different is the fact that you can't just go from a mount to a mount. Mounts don't go together because all mounts are three-pronged, and you have to essentially just Dremel one prong off and then Dremel flatten the other side here that you can see. You can maybe see here in the video that there's a little extra protruding piece there, and you're just gonna kind of file that off as well, and then chop one of those, and then from there you can put them together no problem using the short or long, whatever one you want. So for me, as you can see, I just got another one of these mounts right here, and go ahead and just stick it in like it's a GoPro, and then from there just kind of slide the phone in, and then you can change its angle and lock the little plastic inside there, and you're good to go. So there's your mount for your phone, held by 3M tape, so it's questionable its strength. I mean, it seems to be holding my gigantic Note phone with a heavy-duty case on it just fine. It's not going anywhere. And then if you want to just take it to another bike, so you can just swap it back and forth from bike to bike, readjust it however you want it, snap it right in, tighten it down, and there you go. So it's cheap. Most mounts are really expensive. Like I had the RAM mount, and it kind of mounted on my handlebar here, and it just kind of really TO'd all this space over here. It was movable. I could move it up here, I could move it down here. I mean, it just had a real long clamp that kind of allowed you to put it wherever you wanted, but it was just way too much for me. This one I can glance down and see the phone if I need to, but for the most part I just get to see the bike and not some gigantic mount and a phone, so I kind of like that about it. So cheap, easy phone mount if you guys are interested. If not, enjoy riding.